Hi, my name is Justin DePietro, and I'm the COO and co-founder of SaleMove.
I'm David Zarias, and I'm a senior software architect at SaleMove.
SaleMove's vision is to meet and exceed the in-person customer experience online. Walking onto a website should just be like walking into a physical location. We should be able to start a conversation, share ideas, interact with content, and make decisions with full context. SaleMove is an enterprise SaaS company that operates within the banking, insurance, and financial advisory space. We've also been a 3 times Finovate Best of Show winner. Today I want to talk about visual engagement. What is visual engagement? Well, before I get to that, let's talk about this current state of customer communication. We're in a state of traditional voice-based calling. However, in the last 10 years, 2 things that have changed customer communication and made traditional calling not enough. The first is that the complexity of calls has been increasing. Originally, contact centers received a normal distribution of complexity within the calls that they've handled. Today, with self-service, a lot of the simple calls are taken care of by self-service, so the distribution curve shifts to the right to more complicated calls that are more difficult and more time-consuming to handle. So in the past, the average call was simple. Today, the average call is much more complex. The second is that over half of your customers that are calling are looking at another screen when they're speaking with your business. Let me say that again. More than half of your customers are already on your website or logged into your web portal when they're on the phone with your business. All the context, such as who the customer is sitting right there on the computer, yet your business can't see it. Your call center is literally flying blind. So given the increasing complexity of customer calls and the fact that half your customers are calling while logged into your web portal or on your website, engaging customers in a visual way is critical. So as I said in the beginning, traditional phone calls are no longer enough. The solution is visual engagement. Visual engagement is reinforcing audio or text-based customer interactions using a visual component, moving from tell to show. Today I want to introduce 2 of SaleMove's products, OmniBrowse and OmniCore. These products bring visual engagement into your online customer interactions. I'll start off by introducing OmniBrowse. OmniBrowse allows our clients to drive visual context into their customer communications within their current CRMs or phone systems. This way you can know who your customers are through instant authentication, understand why your customers are calling, and allow your agents to instantly guide your customers using co-browsing. OmniBrowse has been proven to increase first call resolution by 20%, increase customer satisfaction by 15%, and reduce customer interaction time by 25%. Today's demo will be focused on integrating OmniBrowse into the Salesforce.com platform. However, keep in mind, OmniBrowse easily integrates into any platform, including your custom CRM or custom solution. So even though we're going to show you this on Salesforce.com, I want you to picture this in your platform. I'm going to turn this over to David to see how it's done.
So SaleMove actually has a very simple installation package that installs OmniBrowse into Salesforce for you. But I want to show you what it does. To use OmniBrowse, you'll need 3 points of data. Number 1, you'll need the unique identifier for your customer. Number 2, you'll need the unique identifier for your site. And number 3, you'll need the authorization token for the agent. Any CRM can hold this data and can be set up to use OmniBrowse. So if we go to my computer, please, right here. So as an example, in Salesforce, the installation will set up a Visual Force page. The Visual Force page will take the customer ID from the lead records and the site ID and the authorization token from the user record, and it will take these 3 points of data and send them to the OmniBrowse API. The API responds with a secure URL, and we'll use that URL and put it into an iframe, and that's all.
Okay, so I'm a person at a call center, and I get a call. I'm an agent. I get a phone call. Hi, who's speaking today? Oh, it's Brian. Okay, so I'm going to look up Brian within my CRM. So I'm going to click on Brian. And now this is normal CRM customer record, right? But instead of asking, hey, Brian, how may I help you? Or asking who he is or anything else besides that, I'm actually going to scroll down here. And I can literally see what he's doing in real time right now. I can see that he's having trouble filling out this application flow. I can actually see what he's doing. Of course, we have security to block things out. So if I hit offer co-browsing, Brian's accepts, and I can actually come in here and in real time help Brian fill this out or navigate with him, right? So what just happened? Brian called, I pulled up his customer record, I scrolled down, I immediately saw what he was doing. I immediately saw that he was having trouble. I didn't need to ask him his authentication question. I didn't ask him his first girlfriend's pet's name or to see oh, well, that button 2 inches to the left, 3 inches from the bottom. I immediately knew what he was doing and I was able to help him out. I'm sure you can see how this could vastly improve your customer experience while reducing your cost. And remember, this is an example in Salesforce, but this works with any platform. Your agents are literally flying blind without this. Can you imagine the opportunities they're missing out on? So now that you've seen OmniBrowse, imagine incorporating it with predictive intelligence, multimedia communication, and rich analytics, creating a complete visual engagement platform. Well, we did that, and we call it OmniCore. OmniCore allows for chat, voice, video, and interactive co-browsing with one line of code for installation. An advanced business logic system we named Overseer, a customizable SDK that allows our clients to customize their own look, feel, and flows. So OmniCore works and delivers value right out of the box, or it's infinitely customizable that you can build the future of your customer engagement on. OmniCore has been proven to increase conversion by over 400%, with 84% coming from co-browsing and 58% coming from our business logic engine. Today's demo will first show that out-of-the-box functionality. Everything you're about to see was installed with one line of code. And when I say one line, I literally mean one line. In fact, let's do it right now.
Let's say we want to install SaleMove's OmniCore onto this page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the HTML for this page. So what you see on the right is the HTML. And what you see on the left is all the code you'll need to install SaleMove's OmniCore onto your page. All I have to do is copy this line, save the file, deploy. And now if we go back onto the page and refresh, we can see that SaleMove's OmniCore has been installed by this chat bubble in the bottom right corner.
Keep in mind, this is just an example website. This could be installed on any customer portal, any website with that same line. So before I go ahead and start an engagement, I want to show you our powerful business logic engine. I'm going to go ahead and hit get a quote, and I'm going to make my level of protection over 500,000. And I can see at 500,000, this amount of coverage, Lindsay is available in the New York City area and happy to guide you. So our business logic engine can see anything happening on a site, including custom data you send us, and activate our tab or do a bunch of other different things. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. I see Lindsay's available. I'm going to click on Lindsay. And let's start with just chat. So Lindsay picks up. She chats over. Welcome to Proper Insurance. You should be able to eligible for a great premium. Would you like to browse together? I'm going to say yes. Lindsay then offers us co-browsing. Notice it's only this window. It's not the whole computer. So I'm going to hit accept. And with no downloads or installations, again, Lindsay comes in and we're browsing together. We're filling out this application together, right? We're going right through the flow to the checkout, sometimes even through the credit card. And now this conversation, we're talking more and more. She offers me to use video. I'll say sure. She pushes over video. I'm going to hit accept. And again, with no downloads and installations, instantly live communication with Lindsay, right? Of course, I can be in pajama mode and shut off my video. And I can also shut off my audio. So now that you've seen this on a desktop, of course, we were built mobile first. So let's take a look at it on mobile. So on a mobile device, right here, I can see Let's Talk. Click on Dan. Dan's available. Oh, Dan didn't pick up. Let's see if I get Lindsay. There's Lindsay. Well, better luck with Lindsay. We'll see Dan later. All right. Perfect. And now Lindsay's going to offer co-browsing. And right on a mobile device, we actually have co-browsing. And our system's extremely optimized for mobile devices, meaning we're very, very good at network latency and things like that. So on this, okay. Remember, everything you just saw was 100% out of the box with one line of installation. The business logic evolved over 5 years working with hundreds of clients, including some of the largest financial institutions in the world. Now let's see what happens when David wants to build a custom flow using the SDK.
Yes, so the out-of-the-box user interface that you just saw is really good because it fits nicely onto any web page. But what if we want to build something custom that fits more specifically onto our particular page? So instead of interacting with Lindsay through the right-hand panel that you just saw, let's say we want on this page, we want to start a conversation with Dan by just clicking on his face right here. Remember, the out-of-the-box user interface is built on top of an SDK, so you could build just as powerful custom solutions using the same SDK. So in this case, what we want to do is, one, we want to start an engagement by just clicking on this Dan's face here instead of using the chat bubble in the bottom right corner. Number two, we want the engagement to start immediately with video so that we don't present the various media options and so on. And number three, we want the video to, from the start, be one way so that we could see Dan, but Dan couldn't see us. So let's see how we could do that. First, I'm going to start by finding the Dan's face element on the page in the DOM, and I'm going to assign it to a variable. Now, using Dan face, we'll add a click listener to it, because as I said, we want to start the engagement by clicking on his face. When the click comes through, we'll get an instance of the SaleMove JavaScript API. Using the API, we'll send an engagement request specifying video as the media. We don't want to present any other media options. And we'll also add the one-way flag so that we could see Dan, but Dan couldn't see us. Once the engagement starts and Dan has accepted, we'll create the video widget, and we'll swap this out with the existing Dan face element, the picture on the page. And we'll also add some CSS classes to make it all come alive with nice animations. So let's see what happens if I run this code. I run this. I click on Dan's face, wait for him to accept, and just like that, there's Dan.
There we go, there's Dan. So let's take a second to talk about the business logic that's behind this. While David was able to code this in just a few minutes, there's years of system logic that this SDK utilizes. This logic handles everything from the internet being flaky, to all the routing logic, to all the agents, to advanced analytics and reporting engine. Now, this SDK sits on top of our operator application that we'd love to show you after at our booth. So let's bring this back all together, and let's go back to my slides. Today, we have learned why visual engagement is important. You have seen two of SaleMove's products, OmniBrowse and OmniCore. Both products have bank-level security and are currently live at some of the largest financial institutions in the world. I want to end with a question for you to consider. Next time you're speaking with a company, instead of asking, how may I help you, what if the company knew who you were and knew why you were calling before the call ever connected? Imagine an effortless digital world where businesses anticipate your needs and provide an efficient and effective experience at the same time, faster and better, cost-cutting and revenue generating. Let's bring visual engagement to the conversation and breathe life into your digital experience. I imagine the co-browsing feature shares an entire user's DOM. Could you comment on the security? What measures have you implemented to prevent escalation? I'll do that because I know the sales answer. David could probably give a half an hour answer on that. The answer really is there's 3 levels. There's one, on the operator side, we strip out all the JavaScript, but even then you can get through. And then we do some other things in the frame, and then we frame it in so it's a complete other frame. So there's 3 different levels to get through. It would be impossible to get through. I'd love to give the bug company a few $1,000s if they can get someone to do it. Can OmniBrowse session automatically turn into a support ticket with the session as an attachment, i.e. with tools like Zendesk? Yeah, it can. But don't forget, it has to be live. If the person's not on right now, it's not gonna help. Does the web page require any plugins? No. A core pillar of SaleMove is on the visitor side or the operator side. We never do plugins, ever. A plugin, download, installation, Flash, Java, anything weird like that. It's completely native HTML5. How are you tapping into the customer's browser itself with OmniBrowse? Does this require the customer to install spyware? No. 0 downloads, 0 installs, everything. Is your is your mobile solution web only, or do you support native iOS and Android apps? So it will support certain native iOS and Android, but it's mostly native only. If you think of most sign-up flows are not in an app. And then on a support function, it's mostly on web as well. Can you explain the pricing model? Let's talk later. What's an example of complex calls? Oh, a simple call is like, I'm looking to upgrade my service. So maybe there's a nice upgrade button and you hit upgrade. But a more complicated call could be like, I'm looking to upgrade my service, but then I want to add another like insurance policy or something. And more complicated, so you call. Can sessions be used later so UX people can expect the? Yeah, we get this question a lot. We're an engagement platform. We're not an analytics tool. We integrate very tightly to Omniture, Google Analytics, and any other analytics tool there is. UX guys love us because they use our platform just to see people live, and we can set alerts for them to see when people are hitting certain actions so they can watch them. But that's not really our core. You said we can see Dan, but he can't see us. So Dan's the operator in that scenario, right? So Dan has previously allowed that to happen. He said, "Okay, I'm available for video chat." Are you able to integrate with non-browser-based applications? Like I said, it depends. The fact that your API problems of incompatibility between browsers. Great question. We've been around for 5 years. That's one of the things we're really, really good at, optimizing for browsers. It's not just the 4 browsers you probably are aware of. It's the hundreds of browsers that include all the mobile browsers, all the Android mobile browsers, all of our testing and optimizations on all of them. So, thanks a lot.
Thank you.